Okay. With Void, the time that we're in right now, the 3 weeks where the Rebbe talked in learning the closest Beis Bechira. So I want to say something about the Hilchos Beis Bechira of the third Beis Hamikdash, which you're not going to learn this in the Rambam's Hilchos Beis Bechira. This is pretty amazing stuff over here. So, which is actually very relevant to the way of the building of the Beis Hamikdash in the future. We're going to learn. Okay, so as we know, all of the fasts of the Asara B'Tevis, the Shiva Asar B'Tammuz, and Tisha B'Av are all connected. Each one led to the other. The first of the series of events that led up to the ultimate destruction of the Beis Hamikdash was on Asara B'Tevis that they made the Motzor, the siege around the city of Yerushalayim. And then Shiva Asar B'Tammuz was where the walls were breached until the destruction of the Beis Hamikdash on Tisha B'Av. So it says about there's a prophecy in Yechezkel about the siege of Yerushalayim on Asara B'Tevis. It says like this: "Va'ata kach lecha machavas barzel," that you should take for yourself a pan of barzel, of iron. V'nasato oisa kir barzel, and make a iron wall. Beinecho bein ha'ir, between you and the city. V'haisa b'motzor ois hi lebeis Yisrael. Shekach tov Yerushalayim b'motzor. That the prophet Yechezkel is like making he's giving an instruction here, al pi Hashem, that they should make this like a sign going on this siege of Yerushalayim that ends up which ended up in the destruction of the Beis Hamikdash. So the Rebbe says that the fact that the sign for the siege was this idea of taking barzel, so that also hints to the destruction of the Beis Hamikdash, which was done through barzel, which the destruction of the Beis Hamikdash itself, the Beis Hamikdash itself is the complete, barzel is the complete antithesis of the Beis Hamikdash. It says that the Beis Hamikdash, the Mizbeach particularly, was made to lengthen the days of man, and barzel was made to shorten the days of man. So that's why the central law that you'll learn in Hilchos Beis Bechira is that it is forbidden to use iron tools in making the materials for the Beis Hamikdash. There's a lot of details to that restriction. It's only like inside the actual Mikdash area. You could make them like outside where it's not able to be heard in the Mikdash area with tools of iron. But like those are more like practical laws. But the point is that iron is the antithesis of the Beis Hamikdash. So how do we like repair this? How do we fix this idea that it's through the barzel of kedusha? What's the barzel of kedusha? That is just like barzel is very strong. That's why the weapons are made from it, because that's what does the job. That's what does their job, because they're so strong. They're strong materials. So too in every way the Eivisher made everything zeh luma zeh. So everything in Klippa, in the evil, has its side in holiness. So it says the Chazal say, Kol Talmid Chacham she'ein kosher k'barzel, any Talmid Chacham that isn't tough, hard, like barzel, ain't a Talmid Chacham. He's not a Talmid Chacham. He can't be a wuss. Diksiv Eretz Asher Avanel Barzel. It says the land about the Eretz Yisrael, the land where its stones are barzel. And the sages say on this verse, Al tikre avanel Ella boina. Don't read the stones. The stones are barzel. Rather, the builders. Which what are the builders? The builders are the ideas that it says the Talmidei Chachamim are what build the world, and other sayings of our sages. They are involved in the building of the world. So, and this idea of the strength, the toikif of Barzel represents also the strength, the toikif of the Etzem HaNeshama. That through this, through tapping into this, we nullify the Barzel of the evil side, the side of unholiness. So, and basically, this sequence of events why? So then, why did all this happen? So why was they had the siege around Jerusalem that led to the ultimate destruction of the Beis Hamikdash? It's in order that there should later be the elevation, the transformation from the Barzel of Le'umazeh to the Barzel of Kedusha through having the building of the Beis Hamikdash HaShlishi. So, in order to explain this, how does that happen? Basically, the Medrash brings that it says in the Medrash, Zahav, Kesef, v'Nechoshes, gold, silver, and copper, which they correspond to the three Avos, Avram, Yitzchak, and Yaakov. Zahav is Avram. It says, and then Kesef is Yitzchak, and Nechoshes is Yaakov. It says that each, and then it also says about the Avos that each one corresponds to each of the three Batei Mikdashes. Avram is the first, Yitzchak is the second Beis Hamikdash, and Yaakov is the third, which is the idea of Nechoshes is the going on the, so like Zav going on the first Beis Hamikdash, which we had all, like Zav is the most the metal with the most advantage to it. Everyone wants gold, right? Gold is the top.
Yeah, gold.
So that's hinted to by the first Beis Hamikdash, which was perfect in every single way. It had all the miracles and everything was revealed there, and everything was, the whole side of evil was just nullified to the revelation of godliness at that time. So, but the Masha'en came by the second Beis Hamikdash, which is hinted to by silver. We were lacking a lot of the miracles there, and that's and silver is the inferior metal to gold, and worse, even lower than that, is Nechoshes, which goes on the Beis Hamikdash HaShlishi, because what's the idea of the Beis Hamikdash HaShlishi? That means the ultimate birur, the elevation of the Nechoshes, which is Nechoshes is in copper, is the same lashon as Nachash, the snake, Nachash HaKmoini, which is the idea of the Klippa, which through and Yaakov is also the idea of Torah. So through Torah, we make this birur from the good and the evil and elevate it, and that's through the ultimate completion of that will be in the third Beis Hamikdash. But there's an additional aspect to this that Nechoshes also goes on the time of Gullus, after the Churban by Sheni, and the real true shleimus of the Beis Hamikdash HaShlishi is the idea of the birur of the Barzel de Le'umazeh, which is even worse than the Nechoshes, right? That's what the weapons are made. The Beis Hamikdash was destroyed from Barzel, and so when it's done, so through the building through the building of the third Beis Hamikdash, which is hinted to by Barzel, we bring to the shleimus of Barzel the Kedusha. So, basically, it explains in Hasidus that basically, the second Beis Hamikdash was primarily built from stones, which stones is it's a me'ain of the shlemus of the Asid Lavoi. Why is the idea of stones the idea of the Asid Lavoi? Because it says that Sfiras HaMalchus, when Mashiach come by the Geula, is going to be higher than Zoh, which is the idea of Eishes Chayil Teres Bailo, right? And so, therefore, the Beis Hamikdash Asheni was built from stone, which is the idea, which stone is doimim, right? There's doimim, stone, like inanimate objects, semeach, the plants, chai, medaber, which the stone is the lowest level of life force that there exists in the world, which goes on. Doimim is also the Sfiras HaMalchus, which is the lowest of the spheres. And so, but stone, however, is not technically the lowest thing, because stone, we just said, is represented by Malchus, but that's only, as explains in Chassidus, how Malchus is on its own in Olam HaTzilus. That's not coming down to have interaction with Olam Biyah. So Barzel is that Inyan. Barzel is that idea how Sfiras HaMalchus comes down into Olam Biyah and even is Mevayer the lowest areas of Olam Biyah. So that's the idea how that even there, which represents the ultimate elevation from the lowest thing, that is going to also be elevated to Elokus by the switching over, the transformation of the Barzel Umazeh, the Barzel Kedusha. So the Rebbe says too that it's not just like the Inyan we're saying how because the Beis Hamikdash was destroyed through Barzel, that it's through the building of the third Beis Hamikdash is going to be the tikkun will come through that. But literally, the Rebbe is saying that the third Beis Hamikdash is going to be built. It's going to express this idea, because the third Beis Hamikdash is going to be built a large part of it with iron, with Barzel. As it says it says basically that David HaMelech, when he was gathering all of the materials to build the Beis Hamikdash, he gathered this material, wood, and all this other material, the stones, gold and whatnot. And it also says he gathered Mea Kikrim, like a very huge amount of Barzel, which we just learned that it's forbidden to use Barzel in the Beis Hamikdash. So what did he need this all for? So the commentators give various explanations. Like the Ramban says that it was in order to make the vessels of the Beis Hamikdash, in order to use to help cut the stone. And also in the Medrash it says the idea that it was used in the courtyards of the Beis Hamikdash, but not in the actual inside of the Beis Hamikdash. But still, at the end of the day, to have so much, to prepare so much Barzel, there's no way that all the amount that it says in Tanakh that was prepared was able to be used. It was not, they would have so much extra. So basically we're bringing over here that extra Barzel is going to be used in the actual building of the third Beis Hamikdash, because there's going to be no worry about the negative aspect of Barzel, because when Mashiach comes, the whole the side of impurity is going to completely be abolished, and only the good aspect will prevail, which is that strength, that toikif of the etzem of neshama that we were speaking about before. And so we should have this building of the third Beis Hamikdash with lots of Barzel in it. Take of me on mamish.
Amen.